Okay, so we need to fill in Magna, I suppose, because he wasn't there last week. So basically, what?
What?
Well, what happened?
He was asleep.
Yeah, I saw you were asleep.
Knocked out, asleep. Same thing. It's fine.
It was you were in the back. You were in Gulliver's backpack for most of the time, and dozing pretty much. But what happened was, you all got attacked by a bunch of these little evil imp things, right? Which are like little flying creatures, and they kept trying to curse everybody. And you were busy, kind of sleeping in Gulliver's backpack, and they kind of kidnapped a little girl, Thora, and they kind of were hanging her up in the air, and Gulliver managed to somehow, I don't know, he did like a really good dex check and ended up catching Thora in his backpack, and Thora landed basically on top of you. And then
Thora's braiding your hair while you snooze.
Yeah, it didn't wake you up at all, and it was just like, I think they might have had to check you were still alive after that, actually. But, yeah, so
he's fine. It's okay.
These basically they just managed to kill all these little imps, but there are a couple of them who are currently cursed. One of which is the bunny, and I think Gulliver is cursed, and I think you are as well, Rex, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. I think just about all of us eventually
Almost,
got hit.
Yeah.
They did not get Triss.
No, Triss.
They tried so hard.
I thought they did, like, right at the very end on, like, the 7th try.
No.
She never.
Triss
did not.
No.
Really?
Did not get cursed.
They failed at insulting a drow. She's hurt worse.
Yeah.
That's amateur hour.
Yeah. So
So Magna just sleeps all through it.
He did, yeah. He slept all the way through, yeah. But I don't think he came off any worse for wear, and he's not cursed.
No.
He's just happily snoozing, having his little old man snoozes. So, after defeating all of the evil imps, you look around you and you can see that the chaos from what seems to be the earthquake is absolutely rampant around you. The market stalls are kind of quivering on the ground as the ground shifts beneath them. There's cracks snaking their way across the cobblestones. Old stone arches crumble, sending clouds of dust billowing into the air. You hear the sound of breaking glass and splintering wood echoing through the narrow alleyways as century-old buildings began to buckle under the force of the quake. Overhead, there's more imps, and they are up on the roofs of the buildings, and they're throwing slate down at people and cackling at the same time, and basically just having a great time. And one of them, I think, is aiming bits of slate at your head.
No!
So there's obviously people running and screaming and getting hit by various bits of rubble everywhere. And you also see that there is quite a few people that are getting covered in rubble, getting buried beneath it. There's a little girl trying to pull a man out from under the rubble, and there's a few other people that are running around. They've got like nasty gashes on their heads, and they're covering their heads as they're running. And yeah, what do you do?
Oh, go and help the girl rescue the old man.
Okay.
So I'll dash across, and I'll try and use my shield to kind of pry the rubble up, so that she can help him escape.
Okay. So as you come closer, you see that the little girl, she's probably about 10 perhaps, and the old man is laying on some rubble, and there's some fairly large timbers across his back and he's trying to get out, but he's unable to. So would you like to do, so you're going to use your shield?
It's like a fulcrum almost.
As a fulcrum. Okay. All right. Do you want to roll the strength check, I think.
I would love to.
Might need
And
to-
I'm still cursed.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you've got
awesome.
disadvantage on your attack.
Mm-hmm.
Not attack, you've got disadvantage on your... Oh, well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Okay. Alright, so you try... you try very, very hard, but
Trish sees
unfortunately
him.
it doesn't shift.
Doing that, and she will walk over. She takes Vorn out of her backpack, makes him grow, and has Vorn help.
Okay. Okay, so, Vaughan raises up to his full height, leans over, picks up the timber and throws it aside, and the old man manages to crawl out. Although he is quite perturbed by seeing Vaughan, and he looks at Vaughan and he goes, no, one of them things again. Oh God, oh no, one of them things again. Come on, Daisy, run. And he takes the little girl and he hobbles off with her as quickly as he can.
Trish just pats Vorn's. It's okay.
It is most unseemly that he did not thank you for the assistance, but I guess there is no thanks is required when you are helping the less fortunate.
Sure. We need to find someplace safe-ish, if possible.
We need to discover what is occurring so that we can face it down and stop it.
I would suggest getting to a high place, but with the earthquakes going on, that might not be such a good idea. Makes it more difficult to see. Looking at the map of the city, there are other exits. She's looking for a less used one, so that's possibly not being swarmed right now, so that they can maybe get an idea of what's going on if they can look outside the city.
Yeah, okay. So I have a map of the city, which you bought the other day. You bought earlier, actually. Sorry, not the other day. Okay. So this kind of gives you an indication of the size of the city, and you can see the river that river kind of runs through it, but also runs alongside it, and all at the top part there is actually surrounded by walls. You just the cartographer hasn't drawn the walls in, but there are actually walls there, and what you realise is that you are approximately, if I can. Yeah, you're approximately here. There.
Okay.
On the main road, on the kind of one of the main thoroughfares.
And where are people mostly running to?
So they're mostly trying to run to the exits, so the city walls where there are gates and where they can get out through the ramparts. But what you see when you kind of you're maybe closest to this one up here, possibly.
Yeah.
Is there walls there too?
There is crumbling walls, and there is also. Hold on. There we go. There is also an enormous sentinel, which is standing right next to the exit, blocking the exit pretty much. And it's a stone statue, but from its hand is one of those enormous chains that you see going up over the city. And when you look around, you notice that actually there are more of them.
And these things are huge. They're like 8 stories tall.
They're absolutely massive. Yeah, they're dwarfing. They're dwarfing the tallest towers of the city. Yeah. They're absolutely huge.
So I couldn't fight one then.
I mean,
I think it's just a statue.
She
It's
doesn't
just
sound
a
bad.
statue. Yeah, imagine it's a statue with its hand out like that, and coming from the hand is the the chain.
Since that one is blocking an exit, per se, which probably means people are not going towards it because they wouldn't be able to get out, she will choose that one to see if we can get an idea of looking around, like maybe past it or whatever, without actually exiting, just to see they can get an idea of what's going on outside the city.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to have to make your way towards it. There are still bits of rubble coming down from the. There's still bits of rubble coming down from the roof, from the roofs all around you. So
Yeah.
what you're going to need to do is, as you make your way towards the gate, you will need to roll a dexterity check, please.
Dexterity check, save, or acrobatics?
Oh, save, sorry.
Dexterity save. All of us?
Okay.
Yeah, all of you, please. Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Might as well.
15. And I do have a special ability if I fail. Just let you know.
Of course you do.
It goes without saying.
I've got a backup plan.
Okay. Magna, you take
Jesus.
you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage to the head from a piece of rubble.
I guess that makes sense.
Falls in the
Is that
backpack.
Yeah.
you can't actually, you can't actually dodge anywhere, can he? So
No, not really.
Does it wake him up or does it knock him out?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Do you want to roll perception and find out?
Oh, great.
Whoa.
He's sleeping though.
Okay, I think it probably wakes you up, actually.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Because he has disadvantage. How can I roll like that?
It was meant to be.
What's happening?
And you're, Gulliver, you can feel that Gulliver is kind of lumbering along with you in his backpack. And Gulliver says, "Old man, need cover." And he picks up a random piece of board and kind of gives it to you like that, so that essentially you can hold it above your head like this to stop things falling on your head. Yeah, pretty much like that. Yeah. Okay, so Triss and Rex, you also take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as well.
Yep.
And Mr. Bunnyman, you managed to not
Dodge about.
You managed to
Matrix that
dodge.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my shield over my head.
I was going to say you probably like folded your ears over to protect you.
Yeah, they're kind of like, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, well, as you are running towards the gate, you see that there's quite a lot of people running in the opposite direction, and when they see Vaughn, they do a kind of a 180 and they try to run in the other direction, and then they and there's people they're running towards you, but then they want to run away from you again, and
I can see Vaughn.
It's clear that Vaughn is screwing with everybody's heads somehow. And
Vaugh's trundling behind her, holding both hands over top of her.
Oh,
Yeah.
mistress. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you round a corner on your way towards the exit, and what you see on the ground is there's just rubble everywhere, and there's a big pile of rubble over on one side. And as you watch, the rubble kind of starts to form itself into something. And at first it's like a body with legs and arms and all kind of bits of slate and bits of glass are kind of drawn towards it and making up this kind of body, and then this head. And you see these two beady, evil red eyes, and this thing stands up to its full height, and it's probably twice the size of Vaughn, and it roars, and it swipes this like dinner plate sized hand around and knocks people flying all over the place.